Hello again. So, going to do this again. We got another couple of boxes in from Japan. Some nice bits in it, some reasonably common stuff as well, but a few really nice bits. And I'm going to do the old hands thing again and see if we can show you what we've got. So, loads of Super Famicom and Dreamcast, and then just a couple of random bits. So, I think I'll actually start with the random bits first. We'll start with probably the rarest thing in the box, and it's this. Now, it doesn't look super rare, however, it's a Sega Saturn joypad for the PlayStation 2. And you may be wondering, why would I want that? But the Sega Saturn joypad was probably the best pad around for fighting games in particular. And obviously you've got the standard 6-button layout here, whereas the PlayStation had its 4 and then you had to use the bumpers for a lot of things. So this is really quite sought after, and it goes for way over £100. Obviously it came out after Sega had pretty much given up the Dreamcast and started doing other stuff for other consoles. So yeah, I've only ever had a couple of these in, and I don't expect this to last long, and yeah, super cool. Obviously you will notice there's no analog on it. It's not that kind of pad, it is basically a fighting game pad. Okay, so that's that one. We've got one random Japanese Saturn game in, but it's a really cool one. It's Segata Sanshiro Shinken-yugi, which I can't say very often. And this guy was the face of a lot of the adverts on TV in Japan. And it is basically Sega at their absolute batshit craziest. But yeah, really, really cool and fun game. And he looks delighted to be there. Right, let me just put that one over here. One other, this is a nice one. It's actually a still factory sealed Final Fantasy 9 for Japanese PlayStation, obviously. I'm not a massive fan of sealed games, but it's Final Fantasy and it's pretty cool. Other stuff we got in, so we've got loads of these bags here and this and this. They're all basically full of PlayStation 1 and GameCube memory cards because it's something that we've not had enough of, so I stocked up. Right, on to some Super Famicom stuff, so we'll start with a really good one. This is Hamelin no Violin. It is a really, really beautiful platform game. I think the English name is A Violinist of Hamelin. But yeah, really, really good game. Goes for over £100. But yeah, it's quite an uncommon one, and I don't think it was released anywhere else. We have Area 88 from Capcom, nice shoot 'em up, aka UN Squadron. Another shoot 'em up, really nice game, unfortunately plagued with a bit of slowdown on the Super Famicom, but yeah, it's R-Type, it's awesome. A couple of nice Disney ones here. We have Mickey Mania and Aladdin. Mega Drive version of Aladdin was better, two different companies made it, but yeah, Capcom did a good job with these. They're still good games. Animation on it's superb, and yeah, well worth a shot. And speaking of Capcom, we have Final Fight, the first one. I'm sure you all know by now what this is, scrolling brawler. We have the Japanese version of Earthbound, which was Mother 2. Really nice RPG. American one goes for about £1 bazillion. So yeah, a Japanese one with some sort of translation going on, it's probably your best option to get that affordably. We've got one of the Downtown Neketsu games. This is from the series that you had Renegade, Target Renegade and stuff like that. This one's a nice wee mix of platforming, Metroidvania type thing, and some into the screen racing action. I hope to God you all know what this is. This is Zelda. Even though it's got Link on it. Not Zelda. But yeah, one of my all-time favourites. I know that the later Zelda games are arguably better, but this is the one that means the most to me out of them all. This is Tekkaman Blade. I haven't played this, but it does look quite interesting. Looks like a mix of beat 'em up, platforming, maybe a bit of shoot 'em up there, and RPG elements. So yeah, interesting game. Last Bible from Atlas, which is basically in the Shin Megami Tensei series. So about 15 years ago you couldn't have gave this away, and now everyone wants it because everyone thinks Atlas is great. Eye of the Beholder, a dungeon mastery type into the screen, dungeon crawler. Can never remember, is it Sugiro's Quest or something, this one, an RPG from Squaresoft? Honestly, one day I will look up all the titles of these before I do a video, just so I don't seem like a complete idiot, because I have no idea what this one's called. But yeah, it's an RPG. I'm sure somebody will tell me. I know what this one's called. This is my favourite Mario game of all time, just because, again, Super Famicom meant a lot to me. It was my favourite console back in the day, and this is back when you still felt like you had to do everything in a game, like getting all 96 levels in this. And yeah, superb game. Superb. Space Invaders. Very much a Ron Seal game here, does what it says on the tin. The Legend of Mystical Ninja 3, Goemon 3. We didn't get this one in the UK, US or anything like that. I think we only got one, and in Japan there was 5 for the Super Famicom. Cool game. We have Hebereki, which is quite a well regarded series in Japan, a mix of kind of puzzles and platform and stuff like that. Cute character design. We have one of the many Dragon Ball games. This one is one of the RPG titles, so quite difficult to play unless you can speak the language. This one's uncommon, Mystery Circle. It's not quite as interesting as it looks on the front, because it's just basically a wee puzzle game, but like all puzzle games, pretty good fun, and yeah, as I said, uncommon. We have Darius Twin. You can go shoot some fish. Good game. Like a lot of the earlier Super Famicom games, does suffer a bit of a slowdown, but still very playable. This one, I'm going to try and pronounce it properly. I think it's Kyonpa, but it might be Kyonpa. Again, this looks interesting. I'm assuming this is just a wee puzzle game, but yeah, it looks quite cool. My kind of thing. We have Super Mario RPG, a very rare collaboration between Squaresoft and Nintendo. So yeah, really cool game. Obviously in Japanese, as is this Final Fantasy IV, which strangely for the 3 Final Fantasy main games on Super Famicom, this one I always seem to struggle to get in compared to the other ones. We have another RPG here from Data East. I'm sure this is Heracles 4. And yeah, very much looks like most of the other RPGs of that era. And here is Front Mission Gun Hazard. I love the box art on this, really nice. Very stylistic. But yeah, again, RPG in Japanese. Super Robot Wars EX, I believe this one is. Yeah, a lot of RPG and strategy elements in that. One of the greatest RPGs of all time, with some beautiful box art. Chrono Trigger. Incredible soundtrack on this as well, and just a beautiful game. Obviously it's going to be in Japanese. The English version is probably about £800 for a nice condition one, so another high quality RPG here, Star Ocean. Again from Enix before they merged with Squaresoft. I do like the Final Fantasy box arts in Japan, really nice. Very minimalistic, almost. I don't know if minimalistic is the right word, but very stylised, just nice. So Final Fantasy VI. Clean would be the word I'm looking for, I think, just a nice white on it. Romancing Saga 3, again, Squaresoft. Popular series over there, but I think this is only about a tenner. It's not an expensive game, so nice one to plump out the collection. Amazing Tennis, which I think here was called David Crane's Amazing Tennis, and David Crane is a name that you may or may not know, but to me he's famous for the guy that made the Pitfall games back in the day, which was a big part of my childhood. Pitfall 2 is still put in as one of the best platformers ever made. We have another copy of Mother 2. We have the one that kind of mainly started it all for dungeon crawlers. We have Dungeon Master. Remember playing that on the Atari ST back in the day. Got a couple of Dragon Quest titles here. We've got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 and Dragon Quest 3. So these were basically just ports of the Famicom ones to Super Famicom. A couple of the Shin Megami Tensei games here. Again, these are now quite sought after just because of the whole Persona universe thing. Yeah. One of the Fire Emblem games. This one I'm never going to remember the name of it, but Koei didn't have churn out some crap back in the day, to be honest with you. Strategy game, not my cup of tea, and yeah. Let's just skip on. Breath of Fire 2, which is a classic from Capcom. Really, really nice RPG. Super Dante, nothing to do with the guy out of Devil May Cry. Again, another RPG. Don't have an awful lot of unique things to say about that, unfortunately. Ultraman. It's funny, I got a Super Famicom on import back in the day, and this was one of the first games I got. This and Hole-in-One Golf, of all things, which I still think is brilliant. This one, it's in the realms of so bad that it's good. It's very Yankee, it's not very good, but it's still somehow fun. So yeah. We have, was this Torinaco's Dungeon or something? It's a spin-off from the Dragon Quest series, you can see by the slime on it. Yeah, another RPG, because we're obviously not short of them. And here's another one, Light Fantasy. Again, never played it. Not sure if it's got any kind of English translation, but there we go. So, Dragon Quest 6, I'm going to guess you've heard of that. Another Dragon Quest 3. We have Uno, and we have Uno Reverse. I've been waiting to do that joke for a while. Yeah, popular card game, just dumped on a cartridge. Super Mario All-Stars with Mario 1, 2, 3 and USA. Very, very cool collection. Super Mario 3 still holds up as possibly the second best Mario game of all time in my mind. I cannot remember the name of this one, and I really should know it. It's quite a well-known game from Hudson Soft, obviously an RPG. I did look this one up and then decided I couldn't pronounce it, but it's quite an uncommon RPG. It goes for about 50 quid, I think, something in that range. Nice art style. Seiken Densetsu 3, which is Secret of Mana 2, again from Squaresoft, and it is an absolutely beautiful game. Another really awesome soundtrack on it, and look at that box art, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Little Master, you'll be surprised to hear, is an RPG. We have Super Momotaro 3, which is a mix of games but quite text heavy. We have Super Momotaro DX, which is a mix of games and quite text heavy. I don't know, this is some sort of SD Gundam thing, but it looks like patchy slot type stuff, I think. And we have another Super Momotaro game, which is a mix of games and quite text heavy. Now this just looks like an RPG actually. Another SD Gundam or Super Robot Wars, I always get them mixed up, but again quite text heavy. Oh, is this the business management? Business simulation game. Top Management 2. So unless you can read Japanese, that's probably going to be difficult to play. So we may as well finish with a couple of good ones for Super Famicom. So we've got a couple of belters. We've got Super Mario Kart and Kirby 3. Kirby 3 is kind of uncommon, not super expensive, and Mario Kart. I'm old. This is my favourite Mario Kart of all time, but I did spend a massive part of my childhood playing it, so that's probably why. So yeah, that's it for Super Famicom. I've got a big pile of Dreamcast to do next, so bear with me. Right, so let's get on to some nice Japanese Dreamcast games. So I think almost all of these have got the spine cards and registration cards with them, so obviously I'm starting off with the awkward double disc one to see if I can find a spine card, and of course this one doesn't, or does it? And it's got the registration card. Well, that's a good first start. But D2, we have the Sakura Wars games, so you should be over there. So this is Sakura Wars, the first one, which was on the Saturn, as was the second one as well, so bonus stuff should be in this. So you get spine cards, you've got about 1 million documents, and you've got the cool wee cards. So very, very nice, beautiful art style on those. So there's Sakura Wars 2, which is going to be very similar, with about 1 million different bits of paper in it. Obviously got plenty of trees in Japan. Oh, come on. Jeez, oh. So yeah, same again, card, spine card, and instructions, registration cards, and probably the guide to life in there as well. Sakura Wars 3. There's another nice wee card. Let's see if we've got the spine card and stuff. Yep, spine card's there, and all the guff inside. And after 3, you'll be surprised to see that here's 4. So all 4 main Sakura Wars games that come out in the Dreamcast here. They're not super expensive. I think they work out about a tenner each or something like that these days. And obviously really hard to play, but beautiful on the shelf. There we go. We have Choo Choo Rocket, really great wee game. And let me see, this one doesn't seem to have a spine card either. I did have a look through these, and most of them do have a spine card, but I'm just looking like an idiot just now for a change. Card of Destiny RPG, obviously, never played it. Spine card isn't there either, but we've got a registration card. There it's there. Cool. Don't worry, there is more playable games in here. Sega's attempt at Gran Turismo, Sega GT. Not as good as Gran Turismo, but by no means a bad game. Worth a shot, that's for sure, and not exactly expensive. And again, get wee stickers and stuff in here. And the technical manual. This one doesn't have a spine card either. Okay. This is annoying. So it's a sealed biohazard code Veronica, but somebody hasn't packed the box very well, and it's all cracked. That's kind of coming away, and there's another crack on the back. So that sucks. But hey ho. We have Shenmue 2, which comes with, is this the one that comes with the jukebox and the Virtua Fighter? Oh, there's a bit of broken. Ah, great. Always good to see broken plastic. Yeah, the passport disc, obviously the main game in here as well. And yeah, most that's not damaged, which is good. And you've got your spine card. Now, I'll see if I can do a wee case swap for some of them. There's another bit of broken plastic, awesome. Another Idol Janshi Wo Sukachu, which is, I believe this is possibly a more adult game. which don't see the age rating, so maybe not. It's obviously just a Mahjong game, but yeah, spine cards included with that. Have a nice Biohazard Code Veronica here, which does have the spine card in that, thankfully. And again, a classic game, but in Japanese is going to be difficult. Eternal Arcadia. Okay, right, so let's move on. Just a wee second here. Move things. So here's a good one. Twinkle Star Sprites, which was a very, very, very good shoot 'em up on the Neo Geo. And they got a brilliant port onto the Dreamcast, so we've got the spine card there as well. We have Power Stone 2, which if you haven't played it, you are missing out because it's awesome. Let me see if we've got spine card, registration card tucked in there. I do like the Power Stone games. You wonder why they've not done anything with that series. Aero Dancing, the flight simulator thing. Do you know, I've never seen this with a spine card, I don't think, so I'm not even sure if it actually came with one. Yeah. I'm going to have good fun pronouncing this. Okahausen. Yeah, and I'm even going to try and pronounce the second name of it. It does have the word shit in it, so that's all good. We got spine card, registration card, that's cool. Yeah. Probably not the most desirable of games, but at least it's nice. Yep. RPG. Sunrise Ayutan, big robot game. No spine card again, unfortunately, but yeah, nice art style. The one you've all been waiting for, Pro Yaku Team de Asobo. It's a baseball game. Genuinely couldn't care less if it had the spine card, what it has. That maybe makes it worth £4 instead of £3. I do like their baseball games in Japan, they really do. Can't beat the old RBI baseball on the Atari ST. Hey, Evolution. Nice RPG series. The English versions go for I was going to say a small fortune, but it's just a fortune. Japanese ones not so much because they're in Japanese. Came out in the Neo Geo Pocket as well, and there was a link-up option between them. 18-wheeler, which is good fun. Again, I don't think this is... Yep, spine and registration cards in there. Let me give that case a wee clean. Daytona 2001. No spine card. It's funny that because I'd actually argued that the Saturn version plays better, but the Dreamcast one looks better. First Power Stone. Spine and registration card there. Do you know, you can let me know, guys, as well if you don't really care about the spine and registration card. This is obviously taking a bit longer, but myself, I like things to be complete, so I think it's quite good that I can show you. But if you don't want to, don't worry about it. Just let me know and I'll stop doing it. Can't remember the name of this one, but it's quite a rare RPG. I think it's around about £50 from memory. Yeah, but we'll find out. Sonic Shuffle, which is actually kind of uncommon, which is mental for a Sonic game. It's just basically Sonic Party. And you've got the spine, registration card. And we've got Sonic Adventure, the international version, which is quite scarce actually. The international version is basically the European one, or was it North American? So after the Japanese one got kind of rushed out, they fixed a few things for the other releases, and then in Japan, so you've got your spine and registration. In Japan, they kind of released it again with the kind of fixes in it and just called it the international version. So quite a bit harder to get than the standard Sonic Sonic Adventure. Sega Rally 2. Come on. Got a registration card, spine card, and the bump. Do you know what? I'll fix that later. Egg, elemental gimmick gear. Don't think there's anything in this, so no spine with this one. Yeah, it was a decent game, this. Uncommon, this. Super Magnetic New. Looks like a nice wee 3D platform adventure type thing. Spine card, registration card, and it's quite an interesting cover for this. These look like, I don't want to try it, but they look like they'll either pop off or it could be stickers that's on these. Are definitely embossed. But yeah, cool wee art style on this game. Some sort of Daibutsuku or something like that. It's a Derby stallion horse racing nonsense. Let's become Derby owner. Let's not. Dynamite Decker 2, which is Die Hard Arcade 2. So a registration card, but I'm not seeing. No spine card, unfortunately, I don't think. But yeah, good action game. Very much typical of Sega's output at the time. Very arcadey, not an awful lot of long-term play in it. Climax Landers, another quite well-known RPG on the Dreamcast. Spine registration card in this one. Virtual On Oratorio Tangram, sorry, I always do that. Latest new, well, not the latest, there's been a Xbox One, hasn't there? But yeah, spine registration card. Very, very good with the twin stick controllers. This one's always sought after because of the anime, so this is Berserk. Big action game. The anime is really, really popular, so that's cool. Registration card. Other stuff. Annoyingly no spine card, which kind of sucks. But hey ho. But yeah, that one probably won't sit about for too long because I always get asked for it. Fire Pro Wrestling D. Nice game that. The Fire Pro Wrestling games have always been quite good fun. They always look a bit behind the times a wee bit compared to more modern ones, but good fun. The isometric view I like. And it's got the spine card with that. Le Mans 24 hour. Spine registration card in there. Cool. You can go back in there. Come on. We're getting there. Soul Calibur. Still think this looks great, even now. Phenomenal game when it came out. It was actually quite mind-blowing how good it was compared to PlayStation stuff at the time. Yeah, as I say, still think it looks great now. Get the standard Sonic Adventure. Spine and registration card as well. Black Matrix. Really like the art style on this, but it's an RPG, so I don't have the time or the reading ability to play this. Yeah, no spine card either, unfortunately. Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle. I always remember being a bit underwhelmed with this when it came out, but maybe I was just being harsh. Saying that I'm more of a Tekken guy, if I'm being honest with you. Dino Crisis. Now, if Capcom could get their finger out and just start doing some remakes of these, I'd be very excited. I do like the Resident stuff, but come on, get on with it. So we get spine card and registration card in that one. Okay, yeah. It's quite enhanced over the PlayStation version. No one cares. Capcom versus SNK, Millennium Fight 2000. Do you know what? See, if you haven't played these games, then I feel sorry for you because you are missing out. They are incredible. Just steer clear of the SNK version because it's nowhere near as good as the Capcom one. We've got Crazy Taxi 2, Sega at their arcade best here. Just such good fun, great soundtrack, spine and registration card. Those crazy bunch of cabbies are in the East Coast too, so there you know. Yeah. It's not the most long-term game, but it's fun. It'll love you for a good time, not a long time. Tomb Raider 4. The Last Revelation. Spine and registration card. We have one of the Eldorado Gate games. They made 7 of these, Capcom, and Yoshitaka Amano's art from the Final Fantasy series. So yeah, you can tell what Capcom were going for. The first ones are quite common, and then, yeah, as you get to the later volumes 6, 7 and 8, I think people had given up on the Dreamcast by then. There's a spine card, registration card, but it's not really expensive, and you could argue it's worth having just for that art. This one's really, really good and kind of underappreciated. It actually plays quite a lot like the old Gauntlet games, which is weird because the old Lodos War games on the Super Famicom were unplayable nonsense. But yeah, this one is genuinely good. And we've got spine and registration card there. Yeah, I like that game. Troyaku Team Mosukuru. Nah, who cares? Anyway, it's got registration card and I think even the spine card. No, the spine card's there. There we go. The one you want. Rent a Hero number 1. Interesting art style, but never actually sat and played this. Yeah, spine card, registration card, and all the other wee bits of paperwork in there. We've only got a few more to go, so I bet you I've not got anything good to... I haven't. So we'll get a sealed Dream Passport 3, so that'll make me rich. Got another Sonic Shuffle at least, which is a good one to have. Spine and registration card, and last one we've got, and if I was smart I'd have finished with Twinkle Star Sprites or something, but I don't do that, so we've got Eldorado Gate Volume 1, which at least is a nice looking game to finish with. And we have registration cards, and we have spine card, so yeah. Decent collection of stuff to come in. It'll be getting priced up and going out tomorrow. I'm going to rope my son into doing some of the bagging up and all that. He doesn't know that yet. So yeah, we'll get these out in the shop tomorrow. And yeah, if you see anything interesting, leave a comment, get in touch, whatever suits you. But if you made it through that, thank you. It's always appreciated that you actually take the time to watch these things, and have a great night, day, morning, whatever. Cheers guys.